Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is my Let's preface this a little bit with giant hands. Preface with giant hands. I made my first video in my transgender and Christian set of videos that I'm making this last week, and it went really well, I thought, and people have really liked it. I've gotten a lot of positive comments, so that's awesome. So if you're watching those, awesome. If you're not into those and you're just here looking at my channel, looking at these videos for my transition videos, that's really cool too. I want everybody to, watch what they want to watch, and I hope, these different videos can be helpful for different people for different reasons, or sometimes the same people. So anyways, if you're here for my transgender and Christian videos, this is not one of them, but that's okay. This is just one of my regular videos that I've been making every week as I start my physical transition on T. And it is Saturday, January 31st, and I am 12 weeks on T today, which you would think would be 3 months because there's generally 4 weeks in a month, but that doesn't always work out quite exactly. So I won't be 3 months on T until next week on the 7th. So I'm 12 weeks on T. Changes, I haven't actually noticed any changes this week, which is, maybe I've just been too busy thinking about other things, but I haven't noticed any physical changes this week to report. So sorry about that dearth of information. Don't really have anything to report on the changes front. But that's okay. We'll see what happens in this coming week. Things are just sort of progressing as normal, and it's really nice to, one of the things that I've been expecting and hoping would happen is that as I am transitioning and as the testosterone is sort of changing things, I can be less self-conscious. Not just self-conscious I don't know about but just conscious of myself. Not in a bad way, not in I'm not going to be mindful way, but just in I don't have to be distracted by my body and what it's doing all the time by just with negative thoughts and whatever. So that's kind of what I felt this week, is finally I don't have to think about my body as much. It's just sort of doing its thing, and I can pay attention to the rest of my life, and that's awesome. So that's really the only change thing to report for this week. One other thing that I wanted to talk about quick, since otherwise this would be a very short video, is I saw she was a trans girl on the train the other day when I was coming home, and people were giving her kind of weird looks, just because maybe she, passing is such a difficult concept, because passing assumes that you have to look like whatever the norm is for the gender that you associate yourself with. Passing is just problematic, but I think people were just more aware of the fact that maybe she wasn't cisgendered. So anyways, people were giving her weird looks, and I was like, oh man, my protective instinct just sort of came out in a nobody better give her a hard time kind of way. And I was thinking about it because on the one hand, my protective instinct kicked in, and on the other hand, I still have a lot of sort of just a lot of the socialization of being read as female for most of my life. That's part of your brain, I think, as a trans person. You have this socialization that you were brought up with. So I still have that in my brain, and that tells me to not get involved in physical altercations or generally arguments at all, to not to just sort of blend into the background, to be safe, to not make a big deal out of things, to just sort of let people have what they want. And that's just sort of I don't know, that's just sort of a script that's running in my head, right? And obviously not all women, biological women, or not all cis women or non-cis women have this sort of script running around in their heads, but it's one of the ones that I have that's exacerbated by my anxiety, I think. So anyways, I was kind of realizing that and thinking I guess just realizing that being read as more male now gives me an authority kind of, or not an authority, but well, I mean authority, yeah, but also the permission, I guess, to be more forward, to be more like aggressive. Like people just expect that in a way they don't expect it of women, and that's dumb. Because dumb. But to realize that and be like, yeah, actually, if somebody started giving this girl a hard time, and I stepped in and was like, hey, like, shut it down, like, stop, you know, people wouldn't be, like, girls should stand up for each other regardless. That's just a thing that should happen. But people would be less surprised, I think, if a guy stood up for her than if a girl did. So anyways, I'm just sort of like navigating these weird scripts and like relearning what it means to be a gendered person in society, because like I still don't fully pass as male all the time, but for a large part of the time I do. And so kind of taking that, it's difficult to try to, I'm sorry, this is so rambly, but it's difficult to take the like social power that you are given as male and use that in a positive way without then saying that females shouldn't also have that power and agency. So it's a difficult thing to process, but it's one of the things I'm working on. So that's your social change update for this week rather than having physical change updates. I hope that was interesting or helpful. I will see you guys soon. Up on Wednesday will be the next transgender and Christian video, so that's going to be sweet. I'm excited about that. And then next week will be my 3 months on T video. Yay! Okay, cool. That's it. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.